Hello, and welcome. I am your Game Master, Magnus Spectre, and welcome to The Achievement Perfectionist, a series where we take any game, as long as it's single player, and acquire all the achievements, even those that are 0, and max out the gamer score to the 1,000, or whatever it may be past that. Today, we start a new game called The Raven Remastered. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, so we're going to play along. There's going to be story achievements, obviously. If there's an achievement that we're going to get, I will let you know. So let's go ahead and get started. First by, well, apparently, not by extras. What do we got for extras? Credits. Credits. Gotcha. How about settings? Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Oh, we can turn the speech volume completely off. Because that's what we need. Alright, that'll do. I guess let's go ahead and get started with The Raven. Alright. Chapter 2 is not available, Chapter 3 is not available. So, Chapter 1 it is. There are some objects you have to look at more than once to learn all their secrets. Tell me all your secrets. That might be a little bit more louder, but... Hey, look! The Triforce. Nah, I don't know. King Art Games. Ah. I see. PhD Nordic, the Adventure Company. Now, just so you do know, this is the achievement difficulty rating of 1.
Thrilled, Miss Penguin.
So I could barely hear anything they were saying.
Soon as one of them's caught
So,
another one
that's
takes
wonderful
his
to know.
place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold? Harold?
So I think Harold is dead. Just saying. Are we dead,
Harold.
Mr. Harold?
You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Well, he's dead. I mean, of course it's not time for fun and games. You should know this.
Shh! Calm down. I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold?
Harold's
There's
still
another
dead.
guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx.
Oh, they didn't kill
Where
him.
is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
I was going to say,
You mean
it was
The
there.
Raven's heir.
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't
Because
matter.
I'm the Raven.
All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate. We'll be heroes.
Yeah,
All right,
not how
now,
that's going to happen.
We just have to...
what?
Halt!
I was like, wow.
Stop! You're under arrest!
Quote the Raven. Never. Well, that was an explosive start, wasn't it? And that's how we get started on episode 1, apparently. Still plays, apparently. Gotcha. Ah, a wonderful train. I see how you... I will admit, I still like when a train goes choo-choo. The Orient Express. Look, that was a movie. Cleopatra. Ooh.
Hands up!
I don't have
Well,
time
hello
to play.
there.
I'm on duty.
Wow, what a party pooper.
You're funny.
Did you just...
You don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
I don't need one.
Why do you need the gun?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead
Wait.
birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know
How
who
was he
Raven
gunned
is,
down?
do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know
I
who the
doubt it.
Raven was. Although, I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels. What's your name, boy?
My name is Matthew Miller
And where are you from, Matthew Miller?
from Dillsburg,
MM.
Pennsylvania. But my mom and I live in England now. She's taking care of some rich old lady. We're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive. You've already seen half the world. I've spent my entire life in Switzerland.
Must be
Until
really
today.
boring.
You do
Thanks.
know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There
Was
was
that
an
done by the Raven,
explosion.
though?
A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what the papers say?
That the Raven did it?
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
He did.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police, but it'd be... Remain seated and keep an eye on things.
I'm not good at that.
But monsieur, your journey on this train is most unusual. Is it related to the burglary at the British Museum?
Not in the least.
And
Are
the
you
safe?
sure?
What's that for?
I'll let you know if we need your help, Constable. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy
Bye.
the
Have a
beautiful
wonderful
scenery.
time.
I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks
I
to that?
am an idiot.
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the
You
rod
told
of
me.
Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just
Okay, you're
taking
not
a
bad.
holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much
He's not,
luggage.
though.
And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable...
Zellner.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
That I don't know yet.
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They
I'm not
wouldn't have
wrong.
assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something very important on this train.
All right.
And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
Too much attention.
It's a trap.
You've got a vivid imagination. I'll give you that. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
I mean, it is a trap
Whoa.
for the guy.
Pardonnez-moi.
I can help. And I will help. You're in my country. And I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do. Whether you like it or not.
Dang.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zelna. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But
You say
How
that
do you
now.
oh, hello.
You cheated.
Hello,
I
Maggie.
did what?
How?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told
Oh,
me
smart
everything
one.
himself, and you were just pretending to put two and two together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
So the
I won't
Raven's
tell him
just
a thing.
back?
I wouldn't either. All right, Matthew. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Perhaps you are, Matty.
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Sure. Next to it with the left stick, use the right stick to select and press A. The sandwich paper on the table.
This morning, I thought I wouldn't be hungry because of all the excitement. Thankfully, I bought a sandwich with me anyway.
Select the sandwich paper again. You'll see that the symbol displayed has changed. Take the sandwich paper. Gotcha. Are we throwing it in the garbage? Very good. Now press Y. This is when you can see all the items. All right. Oh, I see. Couldn't I have done that beforehand, though? Press B to examine it.
I wrapped the apple core in the sandwich paper. That way I can carry it without making a mess of my trouser pocket. Still, I'd prefer not to
That's a
have to
smart
carry
man.
them all day.
Huh. Gotcha.
The napkin came with the croissant I bought at the train station. A guilty pleasure. I don't need that either.
So wrap it up in it too, I suppose. It protects it even more, doesn't it? Dump the litter from your inventory into the ashtray.
Every table has its own waste basket. Practical. No need to ever leave your seat.
That's not really trash, though.
All right.
Have fun. I don't think you were supposed to answer to that, buddy. If you're not making any progress, take a break and relax. Well, we will, but... Alright.
Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to
Gotcha.
take one if I have trouble. My daughter insisted that I take them with me. She was strongly against this little adventure, but I wasn't about to change my mind.
No, why would you?
I bought it last week at a flea market. I like it because it tells a story. I suppose the previous owner bought himself a newer one. This one still works just fine, though.
Sure, why not?
The Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been
The stuff
trying
we're
to
learning.
convince my theater group to stage one of her plays. I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off. The large map shows the different routes of the Orient Express. This
It is the
train
Orient
began
Express.
in Paris and ends in Istanbul as usual. Unfortunately, it will make most of its journey without me.
Why is that?
The train covers a distance of more than 3,000 kilometers and stops at a dozen places. In many cities, they entertain the travelers with local specialities and culture and adventure, especially in southeastern Europe. We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world.
I want to see this.
We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just
Got
have
that.
a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world.
Would you be so kind as to close the window? I don't want to sit in the draft.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, pardon me. Alright, good. Oh, nice.
The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. But one can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
You'd hope. You look
Hello,
like you're on
sir.
drugs.
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a violinist.
That's true.
A wonderful instrument. The violin music touches
I mean,
the soul.
he's right.
That's
I love the
why
violin.
I learned to play it.
Do you play in an orchestra?
No, orchestras aren't really part of my world.
A solo violinist. The best soloists travel a great deal and make a pile of money, or so they say.
In that case, I'm probably not one of the best.
A man of my own heart.
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
No. I'll transfer in Venice to a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
Are you now?
I'm performing at the reception in the Egyptian Museum there.
I'm sure your recital will be a great success. But tell me, did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Anything
Nope.
unusual?
Persons acting suspiciously, for instance.
For heaven's sake, is there cause for concern?
Everything is in
Always.
order, sir. We Swiss are just very cautious people.
I understand. No, I didn't notice anything.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Have a good trip.
Very kind of you. Thanks. Pardon me.
You just spill coffee on me, or tea. Tea, it's tea, isn't it?
The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucien. Professor Edgar Lucien.
Oh, a professor.
Oh, of course.
Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say. May I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice. I'm going
Seems
to
like
meet
a
some
lot of people are
colleagues
going to
there.
Venice.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, or so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
Just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Here?
Nope.
On the train? No. I can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
If you work in the British
Wonderful.
Museum, then you must have experienced the burglary firsthand.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
There was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a
There was
break-in
explosion.
in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well,
I agree with him.
let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
Whatever you say. The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Why should I?
Just a thought.
You just think he would.
You're a representative of the British Museum. There's a guarded safe on the train.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And
A lot
now,
of things.
please excuse me.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course,
I
of
suppose.
course. It's just, I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable. What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow. The
Back up.
compartment is locked.
But
I'm Swiss.
I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked
Well, you're
it.
screwed now, aren't you?
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm
Nope.
down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All
Why?
right, just wait here.
What's so important about it?
You can easily lock the compartment door from inside by turning a little knob.
But I didn't lock it.
Professor, if you had locked
I
the
did
door
say
from there,
inside.
you wouldn't be out here.
Exactly.
That's true.
So you didn't lock it.
The little label on the door reads Baroness von Trebitz. Blue blood on the Orient Express.
Well, let's try it.
Yes, what is it?
Whoever that is, James, ask them whether they found my purse and then closed the door. The noise on this train is driving me crazy.
Sir, your face scares me.
You're missing a purse. Was it stolen?
At the very least, I cannot find it, sir.
It was stolen.
When did you...
Sure.
When was the last time the Baroness saw her purse?
What?
In Zurich, on the platform, sir.
I just asked where you last saw your purse.
In Zurich on the platform.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Tell him that I still had it when I got out to stretch my legs.
The Baroness says
Maybe you lost it there.
What?
the Baroness never loses anything, sir.
I never lose anything.
Well,
Very
either
well,
lost it
then.
or somebody stole
I
it.
shall be on the lookout for your purse. If I might ask you a few questions about your fellow passengers.
I thought he was looking for my purse.
I'm doing both.
Tell him to look for my purse.
The Baroness wishes that you search for her purse.
But couldn't we perhaps... All right. First, the purse. I will have a look around.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
I don't believe it.
What, you know one of
I
them?
never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer...
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage
Oh,
in the
the
Mirror
guy,
right now,
or the lady
for the
who
fifth
wrote the
time
book.
at least.
That's nice, Constable...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss
I like
Miller.
Jakob.
A pleasure. May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
You're not
I've
dying,
been
are you?
writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit
I guess so.
writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Patu is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine.
Yeah,
Are you
except now you
traveling
killed all
to
my favorite
Istanbul,
character.
Lady Westmacott?
No.
I'm not
we
happy
are
about
on
that.
our way to Venice. From there, we will take a ship to Cairo. As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology. I fund a few excavations in Egypt. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a young woman.
Huh.
And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see. As a writer, you must be very observant. Am I right? I mean,
Nope, I
you
suck
have
at
to
it.
study the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago, Mr. Zellner. Since
Could
then,
you tell me?
most people just bore me.
Really? I had the impression you were eyeing me suspiciously as I came in.
What do you want to know, Constable?
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of tea?
I did. He seemed nervous. He was waiting at the
Extremely.
bar for the steward, and since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took
Oh.
2 biscuits.
He seems
I guess he
pretty
deserved to be
young,
locked
but
out.
he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course.
Oh, I bet.
Did you notice the blonde man with the violin case?
I
Oh.
certainly did. He introduced himself and tried to make a good impression. People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
I know him by name. David Kreutzer. He was a drain on my friend's purse.
Do you think he has a
Oh.
money problem?
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain that they have far too little.
Did you notice anyone else? What about the doctor or the Baroness?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who went in the direction of the freight car a few minutes ago. Isn't that
I mean,
a
there
friend
wasn't
of
an
him
option,
who made
but-
his name when he caught the raven?
I wouldn't quite say caught.
Well, shot. Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's doing here?
Oh, I love
don't
that.
think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That was his name. Will he save the day again? Or will you, Constable?
I'm hoping me.
There's something else. A passenger's purse has gone missing. I suppose you haven't seen it.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. As you know, I only deal with murder, not burglary.
Have you
don't
asked
need
my
the
boy
murder.
yet? Maddie is good at finding things.
I'll go and do that now. As much
I
as I'd
have
like
not.
to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it. Your chance.
I do hope
Maybe.
so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my
Ronald
best.
Reagan. Actually, I think we're too early in the,
The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally, he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Sure, let's take one. You never know when I might need it. I believe I found the inspector again.
Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child. Their only drawback, they don't play nice with false teeth.
Ah, so you have false teeth. We're learning some good things here.
Maybe if I just suck it.
Really? You're going to suck it. Oh boy.
Who'd have thought that one day butterscotch would remind me of my age and of all the things I had to leave behind? I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence. The pad on which the steward writes orders, empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today.
Maybe. We're gonna take the notepad.
I don't need the pad, but the pencil might come in handy.
Sure, why not?
The steward probably uses the scissors on hard-to-open packages. These days, nearly everything is sealed up tight. A colleague recently told me about dry powdered soup in small bags. I couldn't believe it.
Huh.
When I
Sure, why
scratch the
not?
pencil's lead with the scissors, I get fine graphite powder. I won't get a Nobel Prize for the idea, but graphite powder will bring out fingerprints at a pinch.
Again, you're not wrong. One thing though, settings. Was there a brightness setting? No. There was not. Interesting. Awesome.
Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there. Locked.
Nope.
Where could he be?
Alright. They did say sometimes the achievements can glitch. So we're going to go ahead and save. And I want to see how this works. Oh, okay. Awesome. Look at how much it changes. That's cool. Alright, so mess with the radio. And we should unlock an achievement.
A shortwave radio. It's amazing how small these things have become in the last 10 years.
Alright, and there it is. Alright, so, for turning on the radio, we have unlocked Music Lover for 15G. You have switched on the radio in the saloon car. Alright, so now, let's go ahead. And write down our first achievement. Achievement unlocked. Music man! Music lover. For 15G. In... The Raven, Remastered, for Xbox One, bringing our gamer score to 6,319. Until I screwed that up again. Wonderful. Music lover. 15G, 6,390. All right. All right, and we're good to continue finally. Okay. I see. You're Dr. Gebhardt. I thought you were something else. I thought you were the other guy.
Mr.
Zellner.
Right. How can I help you?
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform? No. Is
Wow,
there
a person in a
any reason to be
suitcase.
concerned?
Nice.
No, just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legarde is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the safe, and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box?
Don't know.
Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
I do indeed have a theory, but what's yours?
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx.
Wait, was the Sphinx's eyes made of
an emerald
rubies?
Is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
Indeed.
I suppose.
Any news about the robbery in London?
Quite something, wasn't it? It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best security systems in the world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor. We can look forward to new and spectacular coups.
Okay, so this is
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
May I borrow your newspaper?
You can take the section with the article on the burglary. You're interested in that bit, aren't you?
Yes.
You got me out.
Here you go.
Thank
Dankeschön.
you. Or Dankeschön.
There's something else.
I like that.
Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves and didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin like them, the rabble will rule the world one day.
Well, at the moment, we still don't know what really happened.
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
I
I meant
suppose.
to ask. The Baroness is missing her purse.
A baroness? This train is really full of the creme de la creme. The queen of crime is over there, and now a baroness as well.
Oh, the queen of crime being the rider.
Unfortunately,
Gotcha,
no.
gotcha.
Do
I was
you
like,
know
what?
Lady
She's the queen of
Westmacott?
crime?
You were talking to her?
Well, I'm an admirer of her work.
Like so many others. I once read in the newspaper that only Shakespeare and the Bible sell more copies than her crime novels.
Dang.
I read that too.
She must be filthy rich. As a doctor, I'd have to work 1,000 years to earn that kind of money.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
A fetus thing. Oh, I think I like this guy.
Let's see if there's any news. Blah, 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 blah. Eye of the Sphinx.
He sounds like me.
One of two priceless
When I'm trying to read to you
jewels,
guys, blah, blah,
extraordinary
blah.
pure beauty, 2000 BC, etc., etc. Old news. And here, shocking burglary. Professional thieves surprised by museum guard Charles Langley and Constable Robert Oliver of Scotland Yard.
Oh.
Explosion? Not really anything new. One of the two eyes of the Sphinx, a ruby that's nearly 4,000 years old, was stolen from the British Museum. The burglar
Makes
was
sense.
surprised, but managed to escape with his loot without being recognized. That's the official story. But it says nothing about Legrand and the second eye. Luna's Drops, the calming herbal liqueur for women. A glass a day, it relaxes the nerves and maintains domestic tranquility. Luna's Drops, if you don't want to bother your husband.
Something seems wrong with that. Oh God, I got a chuckle out of him though, didn't it?
John Surtees won the Formula One World Championship for the first time on Saturday. He also
Cool.
won the World Championship in motorcycle racing from 1956 to 1960. Making him the only
year are
man in
we in?
motorsports to win world championships in both motorcycle and Formula One events. Not really my cup of tea. Too loud,
Nope,
too
just
fast,
tea all over
too much
you.
exhaust. A story about the upcoming Oscars and Cleopatra's chances of winning. An
Oh, so it's a
incredible
movie,
feat.
gotcha.
They built the largest movie set of all time in Rome. And because of the main actress's many illnesses, several changes of director, and months of delays, cost shot to over $40 million. The most expensive movie ever made. A record never to be broken.
Titanic. I don't know. Sorry, I can't help you.
This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine.
You know, I think I'm stupid. I didn't even see this car. That is definitely my bad.
The ladder leads up to the roof. It will be suicidal to climb up there while the train is at full speed. The wind,
Oh, you'll be
tunnels,
fine. You know, we're gonna
stay
do it
down
at some
here.
point because of whatever mystery this is, right?
A box with a padlock. I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew, maybe for coupling and uncoupling the cars. At any rate, it's positioned so that it's easier to reach from the ground than from up here.
Makes sense.
Locked.
Bang, bang!
Huh?
Don't move.
Matt, have you
You
gone
almost
mad?
killed me,
I'll
Matt.
shoot. Hey, my pistol.
You'll get it back in Venice. I could have fallen
My
under the wheels.
heart.
I thought you were a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past the window.
Yes, sure. Now get moving.
Oh, man.
Yeah, kid tried to kill me.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked. No, it's open.
Well, you had egg on your face, didn't you?
Hello? Wow.
Don't move a muscle, you feathered fiend.
It was a trap.
Put the gun
I
down.
was right all along.
If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver from the yard. And this is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
I was right. That it was a trap.
Then
Was I
was
not?
right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
I think I'm smarter than I look.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo.
Someone has done his homework. Well done, Constable.
Thank you.
What do you know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Robert, we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Or
It could be.
several men.
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur?
Never mind.
Did you not shoot and
Constable
kill him
Robert
then?
Oliver. Is it possible that I read your name in the newspaper?
Ah, could be, sir. Could very well be.
Robert was there when the first Eye of the Sphinx was stolen.
We know.
Why were you in the museum? Did you spot something from outside?
Well, sir, I noticed that a door was ajar, which was suspicious, and it was my duty to investigate, sir.
Scotland Yard gave him a commendation and assigned him to me as a liaison.
A great honor, sir.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
Good.
Baroness von Trebitz told me that she's missing her purse.
Baroness von Trebitz. Interesting.
Indeed, sir.
But it has nothing to do with our case.
So
Are you
I
sure?
shouldn't concern myself with the matter.
Why not? It's your job as a policeman. But don't expect me to be particularly interested in a lost purse.
What if it all leads
There is
around?
a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out.
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then,
How so?
Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train and see that Professor Lucien gets back into his compartment. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur. I go attend to the door now.
Good. And, Constable Zellner,
Yes?
don't bother us unless you have something new to report.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood. An investigation on behalf of Legrand that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
I mean, you proved that it was a trap already. How much more do you need? I mean, pretty sure when you pinpoint that it's a trap, that
Constable?
you're a good detective or constable.
Yes, ma'am.
My son didn't make any trouble for you, I hope. It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething. That's usually a sign that someone's laid down the law.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me, a rather dangerous one. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden pistol as a punishment.
I understand. And thank you. Maddie is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong fatherly hand.
Where is
Are you
Matt's father,
asking?
if I may ask?
He's gone.
Ah,
I think she's asking.
I understand.
Could you, leave Maddie's pistol here, perhaps? So you don't have to bother with it?
Of course. I told him he wouldn't get it back until Venice.
Very well. Thank you again, Constable.
All right. You know, I have a hard time getting past you. Just saying.
Should I ask for an autograph? That would be quite unprofessional. But on the other hand...
When do you have a chance, right?
If I may trouble you once more. A passenger is missing her purse. Perhaps you've seen it.
So, there are thieves on the train.
It's been missing for some time now. Probably since Zurich.
The Swiss don't let go of money easily, do they? Oh.
Not too much.
No, I haven't seen the purse.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Hello, Matt. Oh, come on. Are you going to be angry with me for the rest of the trip?
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Oh, man. Couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
Would you have learned anything from that?
Sure.
I didn't learn anything from this either.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hey!
He's a good man.
Friends again?
Mm-hmm.
All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay.
She does seem like it.
Really old.
I mean,
But
she
other
wrote a
than
lot
that,
of books.
She's great. She likes me.
The lady has
That's
peculiar
good.
taste.
Hey!
You and your mother, do you both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
I imagine that's not
Because
very
you
pleasant.
No, it's
misbehave.
fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house. And I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide and no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
And how long has your mother worked for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him. And hunting. He even let me shoot a real gun.
And then?
Then Mom fought with him. And he left. I was 7.
Oh. And how old are you now?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No. We'll see.
I hope
Maybe
not.
an actor.
Really?
I mean, you have a
Well, I don't know. You need a
sheriff's
lot of
badge
talent
on.
for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Wait, what can't you do,
Yes,
mister?
and I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to... Matt, are you okay?
He's joking on butterscotch.
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing.
No, I thought he was joking.
Not bad. The Baroness in the second compartment over there is missing her purse. Do you have any
Bravissimo.
idea where it could be?
Do I ever?
Hmm?
That guy over there with the violin case?
He stole it, didn't he?
What about him?
He picked up something in Zurich and put it in his violin case.
Really?
Yeah, and he made sure that nobody saw him.
But you saw him.
Uh-huh.
Did you also see what it was?
Nah, not really. But now that I think of it, it must have been the Baroness's purse.
I should look into it, shouldn't I?
I think so.
Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
Nope. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to do?
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I'd need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Thanks for the tip. So long.
So longer.
The violin case looks pretty old. But that doesn't say anything about the quality of the violin. The best violins are often in the oldest cases.
True.
I doubt the violinist will let me have a look in his case. Excuse me, sir. About the purse.
Ah, yes? Has it been found?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you whether you might have noticed anything on the platform.
Ah, well,
Why did you think I was accusing you?
well, I thought because you mentioned my violin case
Because
in
you
the context
took
of the
it.
purse.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarneri.
Very valuable.
Very. And also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air? May I ask you to open the violin case?
No,
Nope.
you may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
Then at least
Have a
one
good trip.
belonging.
Thank you. doing? Didn't I make myself clear? The window stays closed.
You're not alone on this train. I want the window open.
Swiss politeness doesn't seem to be what it used to be. I'm not going to catch a cold because of you. Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Alright, I think I got this.
The tip of the toothpick is stuck between the window and the runner.
What nerve! I'll complain to your superiors.
Go for it. Alright, we're gonna save quickly. Yes.
The window is jammed, but I should hurry. Sooner or later he'll resort to brute force and succeed. I don't know anything about violins. It may very well be a very expensive violin, or not. Well, that's not what you expect to find in a violin case. An old one.
No, it is not.
Probably still fully functional.
Hey, what are you doing there?
Getting an
I was
achievement.
taking your case for safekeeping, since it was left here unattended.
Oh, okay. This time it just kind of froze it. Alright, so. Humble helper, you have found the Baroness's purse. 30G. Nice. Great. I can't even... All right. Achievement unlocked. Humble helper. For finding the Baroness's purse. 30G. Bringing our gamer score to 6,000. 420. I guess that's what happens when you want to get the violin. You use the toothpick and put it in there. All right, let's go ahead and continue to talk to him then.
When I picked it up, the cover unlatched.
I never leave my violin unattended.
Ah,
except
then
you did.
No one else could have put this purse in your case.
Someone must have snuck it in, like you.
For
Oh,
sure.
really?
And you have a pistol in the case because...
I don't owe you an explanation. It's mine. I have a gun license. Now, take the damned purse to the Baroness and leave me in peace.
Sure.
Just get lost.
It won't be that easy. I'll report the incident to the Italian authorities in Venice.
Oh.
Hey, Matt. The violinist really did steal the purse. Well observed.
I knew
You did
it.
a great
I
job.
bet he's got more stuff planned. I'll stay here and keep an eye on him secretly. Okay?
Sounds like
Just
a
be
plan.
careful. He does have a gun. And you do not. Not even a toy one at this point.
Should I take a look inside? It would be a breach of trust. On the other hand, there might be important clues to be found.
Sure, search the purse.
Banknotes. British pounds, French francs, Italian lira. Much more than most would carry with them.
I mean, she's a
But
baroness,
probably
right?
suitable for a wealthy lady like the Baroness.
Exactly.
Some letters.
That was it?
Private.
Oh, okay.
And here? A picture. A family in a garden. From the light clothing of the people in the picture and the strong shadows, I'd say the picture was taken on a sunny day.
Sure, let's turn the picture over.
Tough to read. It's old-fashioned German. I learned it
Well,
in
let's
school, but
fade
I'm
it
a bit out
too.
of practice. I've been writing with the Latin-style script for 10 years now, like everyone else. Seems like it says, "For my dear little sister Meta, summer
Meta.
in Missouri, 1926." The Baroness must have been a young woman in 1926. She probably spent the summer holidays with her family there. Pleasant memories carried in a picture. But it's none of my business. I should give the Baroness her property back.
Sure, why not? Yeah, you're in trouble, mister.
Oh, Inspector, did you find the Baroness's purse?
I did indeed.
I did.
You did! Out of my way, James.
Oh, what is she? Oh my God!
wonderful. Tremendous work, Inspector.
Look at that outfit.
Baroness. Constable
Kinda like the
Anton
bracelet,
Jakob
though.
Zellner at your service. May I ask you where this beautiful train is taking you?
To the madhouse, I'm afraid. One is close to the brink of insanity with this constant shaking and rattling.
Have you ever tried
Sorry to
flying,
hear.
Baroness?
I'd rather
Do
take
you
a
know
train
how
too,
little
honestly.
luggage one is permitted upon an aeroplane? It defies all reason and good taste.
I suppose.
Have you heard about the burglary at the British Museum?
Heard about it? I'm directly affected by it.
How
Was
so?
it your jewel?
I'm in charge of the Friends of the British Museum. And for your information, I'm financing the exhibition.
Exhibition?
That makes sense.
What exhibition?
The exhibition in Cairo. Where did you think we were going? The eyes of the Sphinx were supposed to be exhibited together for the first time in decades. Now that one of them is gone, the exhibition will be rather less sensational than we'd hoped.
On the other hand,
I
there's
guess.
a chance that all the uproar will generate more attention, and that the exhibition will still be a great success.
Oh, perhaps. But we wanted to show them both together. That was the whole point.
Well, not
Can
anymore.
you tell me anything about your fellow passengers, Baroness?
No, not really. I could hardly care who's penned up in here with me. Oh, no. Wait a minute.
You do care
Monsieur
about somebody?
is here,
Oh, the professor, yeah. He
Poor
can't get
fellow.
in.
The eye of the Sphinx that was stolen belonged to his collection.
Professor Lucien is an Egyptologist.
But of course, as director of the Egyptian department of the British Museum, he has to be. The whole burglary thing really upset him. Director Thomas told me he was a nervous wreck.
I'll take my leave of you now, Baroness, and I do hope your journey becomes more bearable.
Ha! Yes, indeed, Inspector.
Constable. James?
Nah.
He doesn't make a very balanced impression. And he, of all people, isn't bothered by a robbery in his own museum?
Sure, why not?
Professor Lucien?
Yes? Do you have the key?
Actually, I wanted to.
Please. I have to go back to my compartment.
Why, though?
An extraordinary woman. Talented, intellectual, extremely rich, and the most successful writer of all time. Yet, they say she can be difficult on occasion, and that she's rather unhappy.
It's kind of sad.
Excuse me, Lady Westmacott.
Constable Zellner, how can I help you?
Sign my book!
I was wondering...
Oh, bad
if
fan.
you might...
Sign your book, Constable Zellner?
If it isn't too much of an inconvenience.
Of course it's an inconvenience, but only a small one.
Well, that's good at least. I thought you were going to say something else. Like, go screw yourself.
You are welcome.
Thank you so very much. Another time. Farewell, Lady Westmacott.
Constable?
Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy admirer. Very diligent, but she does seem a little nervous and tense. I imagine she has her work cut out for her with Matt, and a difficult boss from
Matt
what they
is
say.
interesting.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I was totally focused on my work.
I love how
She's
Mrs.
always got an
W
awful
is
lot
sitting
to
there
do, my
staring
lady.
at us, like, watching.
You have to tell me if that's not all right with you.
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as you want.
So, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, Constable.
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
I mean, if I don't know how to pick a
course,
lock, I could. I think that's a lie. That was just a
Is this
lie.
one okay?
It'll do nicely.
that is awesome.
Madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
And suddenly, it's me who's the thief on the train.
Yep.
Whoops. That was easier than expected.
Emotional damage.
Toothbrush, shaving brush, but not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
Sure, why not? I think this should work.
That's it. There we go. This should help.
That's what you think.
Mrs.
I'm
Miller?
amazed I didn't damage it.
Yes?
Surprise,
Thank
surprise.
you for your hairpin, Mrs. Miller. It really got me out of a jam.
Oh, really? That's good to hear. And thank you for bringing it back to me. Not everybody would have.
I'm a Swiss
Well, I'm a
policeman,
Swiss-
madam. I couldn't do otherwise even if I
Gentleman,
tried.
I was going to say, but...
Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
Alright, we're gonna save the game to be safe again.
I didn't find the conductor, but I should be able to open the door for you with these pliers.
Then go right ahead.
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
Hello?
Huh.
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
Nope, never mind my hat. I'm bald as a baldy.
Ah.
Are you okay?
Hmm? Yes. Fine.
Now I miss my hat.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know.
I look funny, but
maybe
I kind of
the
like
constant
it that way.
vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor
I think
could
someone
have
broke
locked
in.
it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor.
Exactly.
So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuable?
You sure?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It
Then
was enough
why
for a
did someone
first-class
do
compartment on a
something?
luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien.
That you are.
I believe you and the inspector do know each other.
What makes you think that?
It seems like the
lots of
two of
reasons.
you are running a haulage company specializing in safes.
I won't comment on that. It's a matter of international importance.
Tell me, Professor, would you happen to have a key in your briefcase? And if so, would it still happen to be there?
Then all would be as it should.
That's what we hope, at least. All the same, it would have been a simple matter for a thief to make an impression of it. Right, Professor?
Oh.
I guess.
And the break-in? It wasn't an issue for you? Even though you're the head of the department where it occurred?
All right.
I got
The murder
fired.
was most upsetting and shocking. And I didn't know what to do, okay?
And you couldn't just tell me that.
The fewer people who know about it, the better. I can't trust anyone.
You're not only going to Venice, are you? Could it be that your journey will continue? All the way to Egypt, perhaps? I'm on your side, but the more you lie to me, the more difficult you make my job. I'd like to look around a bit.
Of course.
All right, awesome.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment, and he climbed out the window, where's he gone?
Top of the roof, like you said not to do.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make what I suspect are fingerprints visible.
And? Found anything?
Well, I found accurate detective 85G. You have analyzed the fingerprints on the window. So really, so far the achievements are just follow what I do exactly, and you'll get the achievement from the looks of it. Alright, and that was 85 gamer score. Nice. Alright, 85 gamer score, bringing our total to 6,505. Also really jumping us up in gamer score tonight, isn't it? Dang. We are just not screwing around with this crap, are we? Alright.
Unfortunately, no. There are only a couple of fingerprints on the window. It was probably cleaned before
Smart
departure,
man.
but the prints I can see look like glove marks.
Well, wouldn't you expect that? What professional burglar wouldn't wear gloves?
True.
It was worth a try. I can only make out faint traces. Whoever was in this compartment was wearing gloves. What's this?
A button, apparently.
What do you have there?
It's a button. From a suit or a uniform, I guess.
The burglar might have lost it.
Maybe. Or maybe not. If I notice anyone with a missing button on his jacket, I'll ask him about it. But I wouldn't get my hopes up. If there was a burglar, he climbed out the window and jumped off the train.
Alright.
I really wonder what the professor is hiding from me. But I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s.
Alright, there we go. We learned we're in the 60s. Gotcha.
Whoa.
I've been wondering.
Very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
Alright.
The Bible, Grimm's Fairy Tales, Moby Dick.
Ooh, can we read Grimm's Fairy
Whiskey and
Tales?
Rum. All classics. No, nothing interesting.
Sadfish.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
And I was hoping.
Pardon me, sir.
We could have used you a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we could have. And where were you?
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
Ah, Mr. Zellner.
I've been
Gloves?
wondering why you're wearing gloves. Are your hands really so sensitive? Or are you cold?
Nah,
He's extremely cold.
It's an old habit. As a doctor, one is so conscious of all the pathogens, bacteria, and viruses that surround us. Though, of course, perhaps
I suppose.
I do tend to be a bit too cautious.
I know exactly what you mean. As a policeman, I sense subterfuge and lies everywhere. Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
All right.
What? Someone broke off the radio's antenna. This could be a long trip to Istanbul.
They really didn't like me having music on, did they? No, they probably did it for something. That is not creepy at all.
The butler, this James, seems to have escaped the Baroness. Good day to you, sir.
Can I be of any assistance, sir?
I wanted to ask you a few questions. Where did you and the Baroness board the train?
In Paris, sir. The Baroness was there on behalf of a charity that she supported for many years.
So you weren't in London when they broke into the British Museum?
We may have been, actually. We left for Dover bright and early the morning after the burglary. But it was in Paris when we first heard of it. The morning paper in London didn't mention the unfortunate event, sir.
And just 2 days later, you're on a train bound for Switzerland. The Baroness certainly gets around.
Indeed, sir. We are practically always on the go.
What can you tell me about the Baroness?
Nothing, sir. A butler.
She's a good person. Good job for that.
If you'll pardon a rather odd question, are you really named James? That would be a lucky coincidence in your line of work.
My name, sir, is Clive Alfred Inch.
Your second name is Alfred, yet the Baroness calls you James.
Madam considers James to be the only forename suited to a butler, sir.
Ouch.
Isn't butler an odd choice of career? Butler. Many would say it's a strange job.
It is true that I am one of a dying breed, sir. The war claimed a generation of butlers.
Have you been to war as well?
Indeed, sir.
A butler
I was
war.
For a cavalry officer.
Simply, I am one hell of a butler.
About war, one is never sure which war you mean. It seems the situation hasn't changed much since the 30 Years' War, has it?
Shrapnel from a bomb dropped by a Fokker would not have wounded me.
Whoa, that was awfully close to another word.
No, of course not. Goodbye, James. Or Alfred.
Once more, we'll save, since we're supposed to get another achievement here in a second.
Inspector Legrand?
Anything to report?
Baroness von Trebitz told me about her missing purse.
Baroness von
And I solved it.
She's financing everything, isn't she?
Indeed, sir.
I found the purse. David Kreutzer, a violinist from Austria, had it.
Probably nothing to do with our case. All the same, good work.
Thank you.
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
Nope.
All right. We should... What?
The
light's gone out.
Flashlights!
Well, we suck.
Ah, get off me.
Let me guess. I flew outside and I'm off the turn. Nope. I was
There,
waiting for
sir.
it.
An envelope.
You've been beaten by a smooth criminal. Da 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 da. Oh, good, the raid.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box.
What the dickens?
Oh, dang.
Away with it! Take cover!
A trap within a trap. To examine an item in the inventory, select and press B. Gotcha.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt? Quick thinking. Well done, Zellner.
Thanks. New picture unlocked. And we got another achievement. Survivor. 15G. You have survived the explosion in the car. Pretty much like it says, we survived that explosion, which is really nice. Alright, Survivor. $15G, bringing our gamer score up to 6,520. What's going on here? Oh. Oh, that was awfully nice. Meh. Alright, now let's continue. We unlocked the bonus picture, which is nice.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's
Sure
a
we
fire up
don't.
ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But sir...
The fire will consume all the oxygen.
He's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
What if he can?
Are you ready?
No, I've just been unconscious.
You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
Sure.
I'll see to the passengers. They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go out.
Let's get to it.
Matt turns out to be the Raven. He somehow learned how to grow in stature.
My God, what a fire. I hope Constable Oliver can at least reach the engine.
Maybe.
A lot was damaged by the sudden stop, but the bowl was thick enough to survive the fall.
Oh. I guess not.
The last of the candy has vanished. Measured against the exploding freight car, I think the railway will overlook the loss.
Oh, for a second I was like, did you really just eat it all?
Oh, pardon me. I did not mean to scare you.
What are you doing here, Doctor?
Legrand asked me to check whether there are any passengers left on the train.
Really? No one is here.
Sure.
Except for me and you.
Excellent.
Ow.
Then I will continue searching at the front.
Did anyone act suspiciously before the explosion? Did anyone leave their seat, for example?
I was the only one on the train who wasn't seated when the freight car exploded.
Wow, that's hilarious, because you were the one that was seated out of
I would have been caught by the blast as well.
You certainly were lucky.
Perhaps I was. What happened over there? The inspector said something about gas canisters that exploded.
Sure.
If Inspector Legrand says so, it must be so, right?
I have been to war, and this was no minor explosion. I rather doubt that the freight car was packed to the roof with gas canisters.
The investigations are ongoing, but first we have to get the burning train out of the tunnel.
Of course.
How are the passengers?
They are in a state of shock, of course. The blackout and the sudden stop were frightening enough, but then the explosion...
Is Matt okay,
or
did we lose a
rushed
kid?
for the exits. I was helping the American woman bring Lady Westmacott to safety. They are waiting outside in the tunnel. One entrance is blocked by a fire, and the other one seems to have collapsed.
Continue to search the train. I'll decouple the buried freight car.
All right.
Doctor? Can you give me a few matches?
Oh, certainly.
Thanks. I'll meet you outside.
Do hurry.
Nope.
Carling Black Label, a British beer. Champagne, the finest. Maybe we'll open a bottle if we get out of the tunnel alive. Until then, though, it's no use to me.
I mean, I guess.
Whiskey, scotch, rum, liqueurs. Enough to entertain everyone on the train all the way from Paris to Istanbul.
Sure, why not?
High-proof rum. Could be useful. Rum from Austria. Believe it or not, it's 80% alcohol by volume. There's no way anyone would drink it straight.
And yeah, we're gonna slurp it up like a dog, aren't we?
I filled the bowl about a third of the way with rum. Phew, strong stuff.
All right.
The chair either fell over thanks to the sudden stop, or an escaping passenger knocked it over. Wanting to get off the train as quickly as possible after a sudden stop and a massive tremor, that's understandable.
I suppose.
I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the decor. I suppose that the railway company had to comply with safety regulations at the cost of aesthetics. It'd be useless against the fire out there, and it's too cumbersome to carry around. At best, I can use it here.
Oh, well, thanks. Alright, so I think I gotta use matches 5 times, which will unlock an achievement. So that's kind of why we keep lighting matches and stuff, I think.
Alright, let's go. The other passengers escaped from the train. I can see their silhouettes in the light of the fire. If I don't hurry up and uncouple the freight car, they'll suffocate.
Sure. And yes, we are lighting matches for this reason. Sure, let's cause more fire, because that's just what we need.
Just as I expected, the alcohol burns with an almost invisible flame.
All right. And because we lit more than 4 matches, we got an achievement, Firebug, 15G. You have lit more than 4 matches. Always good. Alright, so Fire Bug. 15 more G, bring our gamer score to 6,535. Alright. Now to see what else we can do, shall we?
Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to take one if I have pain. I haven't needed them yet.
Am I missing something? Maybe I am.
It's taking too long. Time is running out.
Alright, I knew I was missing something. Now we got something going. Why not?
That should do it. The alcohol on the curtain burns just as darkly as in the bowl. It's no help.
Well, we tried, right? Why not?
That should do it. Can't really say the fabric was eager to soak up the rum. I, on the other hand, soaked up enough in my fingers to smell like a drunk.
So be it, right?
I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
Alright, let's get a...
There's a noticeable draft here. Maybe it's because of the fire, or perhaps there's still a hole through which the air is coming. The latter will be quite welcome. It will buy us some more time.
maybe I gotta go up, have a match, right? We're gonna try this.
It'd be blown out right away. I better save the matches. I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
Clean the oil and grease from the mechanism.
Okay, I'll smear some grease on the curtain. I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
All right. Now let's try this bad boy. Booyah, that is some fire. Which did unlock another achievement, Prometheus 15G. You have built a functioning torch. Wonderful. All right, achievement unlocked. Prometheus or Prometh. Yes. Anyway, 15G, bringing our gamer score up to 6,550. Now we're burning. Not sure if that's a good thing though, but you know.
That's better now. Incredibly basic mechanism. The kind that lasts forever.
I mean, is that a good thing?
A lever on a pressure sleeve running along a thread. Aha! I can uncouple it with this lever. Okay.
I guess.
There we go. Time to get out of here.
You're all going to die in here. No, this is not Resident Evil.
Listen, everybody. Listen. Robert, what's the situation?
I'm dying. Yeah, I couldn't find the engineer, so I got in the driver's cab myself and released the brake.
All right. Good job. You too. Listen, please.
Matty! Where's Matt? Where's my son?
Relax, madame.
What do you think he
I'm
is?
sure.
He's still on the train. Because of course he is.
Matty! No!
I got this. Oh God. Well, it looks like he died. I mean, obviously I did not, but... Twas close. If you're not making any progress, take a breather.
Matt, where are you?
Breaking.
Oh.
New picture unlocked. And another achievement. You have caught the runaway train sprinter 15G. So that one's just, you know, story related. Well, that music definitely sounds dire, doesn't it? Sprinter. 15G, bringing our gamer score to 6,500 and 65. We're all gonna die. I might be right in this. Awesome. Alright, let's see what else we got. Marty! Or Matt. I guess you probably wouldn't be happy the other way, would you?
Matt, are you there? Nothing.
Nope. I think I see Matt's feet right there.
Are burning stronger and hotter. The airflow is feeding the flames. I have to decouple the wagons immediately. Sooner or later, the engine will be blown apart.
I think he's right there on the left, but... Yeah, lug under the table because I'm pretty sure.
I suppose this handbag belongs to Miss Miller, Matt's mother. Lady Westmacott's bag is probably smaller and more expensive.
Probably.
Aha.
That'll get him to come out.
Hey, there you are. What were you thinking? Come out of there.
Is he gone?
Is who gone?
The man.
What man?
What man?
There was a man. He was coughing.
One of the passengers?
I think he came down from the roof.
What are you doing on the train anyway? Why didn't you wait in the tunnel with the other passengers?
I wanted to get my pistol.
Well, I got your pistol.
If there's so many cops and thieves and explosions and everything, then I need a pistol too.
Makes sense. All right. First, I'll stop the train, and then we'll have a chat, okay? You want to come out?
Do you want this pistol?
Good idea. You stay put.
Look at Matt under the table.
Hold tight, Matt. Damn.
Hold
that
tight
makes
for
things
what?
Extremely complicated.
Yeah.
The emergency brake either was damaged in the explosion or was sabotaged. But whatever, it's not working. I think I should try to uncouple the locomotive. I mean, how else can I stop the train?
I feel like, yeah, uncoupling is right.
Large, soft towel. Very comfortable.
Good,
I'll
let's
wrap
take
it
it.
around my neck to keep my hands free.
Sure.
What have you got yourself into? Couldn't you have just let it be? But no,
Nope.
Of course not. And now you're here, on an out-of-control train in the Alps, responsible for the life of a child who'll be doomed without you. What are you waiting for, eh? Time to save
I
the
mean,
day.
you're not wrong. Besides to save the day, we're gonna crash and burn so badly.
The tanks don't seem to be damaged. The water is still running. It's soaking up with cold water.
That way I'm cool. I mean, I think that's exactly it.
My situation isn't that desperate.
Oh, come on. I think it is.
Professor Lucien's suitcase. Unlike the leather bag, he left it behind when he fled the train with the other passengers. I don't think there's anything interesting in it. Whatever the professor is hiding from me, it's in his leather bag.
This is more likely true. Can I leave, please? Probably not.
If the emergency brake doesn't work, I'll have to try something else. Here goes. Ouch! Hot!
Ah, I didn't see that.
An axe is for emergencies. If this isn't an emergency, I don't know what is.
It's not. It's when the killer comes along that it's going to be.
You can hardly see out of the window because of the smoke. I don't know how much coal is burning on the tender up there, but it must be tons. I can't do anything about the fire.
So in other words, we're just screwed. There we go.
Locked.
Except for that. Can we just use the axe, please? Well, here goes nothing, right?
Okay? We'll do it the hard way.
Kind of what I've been saying the entire time. See? That's all you needed to do.
Coupling. It looks just like the one on the freight car. That means that first I have to turn that thing there. That keeps it under tension.
Sure, why not?
It's not working. Even if I could reach the lever with my hands, I wouldn't have the strength to move it.
So again, use the axe, my boy.
Matt's wooden pistol. I better confiscate it.
Oh, one way to do it.
That should do the trick.
Well, use the axe on the first part, might as well use it on the second, right? Well, I think we're dead.
That's not just smoke. I can actually taste lumps of ash.
Wait, does that mean somebody burned to death in there?
Deputy Sheriff's story. I uncoupled the locomotive at full speed. Not bad, eh?
Do you think we'll get in trouble?
Because of the locomotive? I don't think so. It was pretty old already. Come out so we can have a chat. I checked the entire train. There's no one on it except for us. What an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me.
All right. So, we just unlocked another achievement. Hero of the Hour. You have saved Matt. You're a hero! I mean, I don't know if I'm a hero. I didn't kill the kid, so that's something, right? Doesn't mean I can't, still. Of the Hour 15G, bringing our gamer score up to 6,580. All right.
What did you see on the train?
Well, it was like this. I wanted to get my pistol.
Okay. So we're reenacting it now. Awesome. Why are you sneaking on a train with nobody in it? You must have thought people were there. There's unlocked new music, so that's awesome. The conductor. That's right. Or the guy. He said he came running, right?
That's you.
Oh. He had to have heard him. He just didn't care, right? Did that guy drop the paper on purpose?
And then?
When the guy was gone, I got up and banged on the window. I wanted to get out of there. But then I thought, what if the guy can hear me from the next car? So I got scared, and I hit again.
You did
right.
well.
Exactly.
The envelope that the man lost, where is it?
I thought it might be important.
Good
I
job.
think we should have a look. Some cash, an Italian passport, blank. Very interesting. And here, a ticket for
2 tickets to paradise. I've got.
The tickets we have for the big ship from Venice to Cairo look exactly the same.
Interesting.
An actual cruise ship? I was
May
kidding.
I keep it?
What do you want to do with it?
Take a vacation.
Okay, to be fair, that is hilarious.
It's evidence.
And my chance to go with you.
The ticket and everything else in the envelope are part of my investigation.
But
you
I
have
found
no part
it.
to play in Cairo.
If I hadn't given you the envelope, you'd have no proof that the Raven's heir would be on the ship.
Touché, yeah.
The ship is his next chance to steal the eye, and he won't give up until he has it.
And that's precisely why you should let me come along.
I mean, I hope so good the last time, right? Well, screw you. I'm doing it anyway.
What else did you find out in the tunnel?
Not much. After we came out of the tunnel, Robert and I questioned the passengers.
Which didn't turn up anything new.
No, the engineer and the fireman were missing. They were found a few kilometers back on the track. Both claimed to have been overwhelmed by a shadow and thrown off the train.
But you don't believe that.
I'm checking their stories. One of them may have been paid to eliminate the other one.
How could the Raven's heir have found out about the trap? How was he able to put the dynamite in the box and place the letter?
The dynamite was probably already in the box when I put it in the safe. I didn't check it.
You had no reason to do so.
It wasn't
well,
my
now
only
you should.
mistake. I knew someone was on the roof of the freight car, but I let myself be distracted by that damned letter.
How did you know?
Too late. I should have reacted instantly.
And what about the ship? I have earned the right to join you.
Maybe.
What you did was extraordinary. Far more than anyone could have a right to expect from you.
And you still want to leave me behind.
You met our foe and barely escaped with your life. You may not be that lucky next time.
My life.
It wasn't luck.
You can return to Switzerland with your
it was
head held
luck.
high. Enjoy your triumph.
I have not achieved anything yet. The Fiend tried to kill us, and he's still at large.
I mean, he really is.
We're here.
Inspector Legrand, an urgent telegram from Paris.
Bad news?
It's about the unfortunate events on the train, and to return to Paris and explain myself.
But sir,
so I've got
They want to
do
inform
it
the
myself.
Egyptian authorities that there might be a
See,
burglary.
I am good to come on this trip.
Egyptian authorities? What if the jewel is stolen at sea?
I know.
Oh, it will.
I never received it. Keep a close watch on the loading of the eye.
Oh.
Aye, sir.
Nice.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Constable Zellner.
Sure.
I hope you're aware of the fact that you're risking your career.
Indeed I am.
Why do you care so much about this case? Someone pretends to be the Raven, and you promptly risk your career?
What if he's not just pretending?
What do you mean by that?
It's his
Never mind.
handwriting. And there's only one person who ever called me Nico. Have you ever considered the possibility that I shot the wrong man?
I suppose.
But what do you mean by that?
Let us assume just for a moment that the person I shot and who fell from the roof was not the Raven. Who would have cared enough to uncover the truth? The chief of police, the politicians? No. They wanted to revel in a successful manhunt, and it was the best thing that could have happened to the Raven. The search for him was over. He had no reason to fear me anymore. I had so many medals afterwards that he could hear them jingling kilometers away.
And now he's back? And you're the only one who can stop him? Does that sound probable to you?
The feathers, the letters. Nico. No one outside the police force knew that the Raven used to call me that in his letters.
Policemen gossip, and there are plenty of forgers. You can't seriously intend to stake your reputation on such weak evidence.
My reputation rests on something that I probably did not do. I have to find out who's behind all this.
Why does Constable Oliver have a problem with me?
I think he's jealous. Scotland Yard assigned him to assist me, just as you were sent by the Swiss authorities.
With the distinction that he may go to Egypt.
Robert is to accompany me at all times. Your mission was restricted to Switzerland.
At this moment, I want to be sent back to Switzerland just as much as you want to be sent back to Paris.
I know, but I'm walking on thin ice. And I can't carry you too.
Don't worry, I have my own flotational device.
And the second eye is in that safe?
Yes, an emerald. It's been kept in a bank in Zurich since the start of the war. I personally took it out of the bank vault, and Professor Lucien certified that it was the real thing.
And while a fake jewel was sent by train,
the real one was brought here in an armored car.
How is
we checked to make sure it's still in there.
You can only open the safe if you have 3 special keys. Professor Lucien has one, and Baroness von Trebitz, who's paying for all this, has the second. The third was sent by air courier to Dr. Abbas Mokhtar, the director of the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
So, not even you could possibly open the safe before it arrives in Egypt.
That's correct. We don't want to make it too easy for potential thieves.
Commendable. Let's review. One of the 2 most valuable jewels in the world was stolen. Obviously, the second one will be next. And you suspect a legendary burglar who's been dead for 5 years.
Go on.
Is that outlaw?
The second jewel is about to be put on board over there, in a safe that requires 3 keys. Our thief may already have the first key, the archaeologist's key, from the train. We don't know anything about the status of the second key, which was meant to be air freighted to Cairo.
We have to assume that he already has it.
Therefore, there's just 1 key left. The Baroness's.
Correct.
So, you'll need my eyes on board.
Look, you can keep your eyes open for me here on the wharf.
I proved myself more than
capable,
buddy.
Sail, you will not, I repeat, not be on board.
I heard I'll be on board.
We're dealing with a dangerous man, and I will pursue him regardless of the consequences. I won't let you get mixed up in this affair.
It's still my decision.
No, it's not. It's mine, and I've already made it. Good day, Constable Zellner.
Right.
I'll be marching up this gangway today, no matter what. Someone has
You
to stop
have
that
resolve,
damn bomber
buddy.
before he endangers more people.
Maybe, maybe not.
In my younger years, I might have considered abseiling from the crane down to the ship, but those days are long past.
Please do it. I mean, I would love it.
The sea is quiet today. Ideal conditions for a cruise. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to see the sights in Venice. Paperwork served up by my Italian colleagues took up most of the day. Constable Oliver seems to be a little simplistic. But I don't think he's a bad policeman. The way he reacted in the tunnel and got the train moving. Hats off.
I guess.
Hello, Constable Olivier.
It's Oliver.
Did Legrand
Nah,
tell you
it's
about
Constable,
his
whatever
theory
I just called
that it
you.
could be the real Raven?
Of course he did. We're partners.
But the modus operandi doesn't fit at all. The Raven wasn't a bomber.
We have the
Yeah, but he's trying to pretend to
and
be
the
a
feather.
new...
That's his symbol.
He's trying to pretend
Anyone
to be a
can
new
put a feather
Raven
in an
so that
envelope.
the old one can still hide, I believe.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was you.
What was me?
You put the envelope on the safe.
To blow myself up?
You threw the bomb away, and now you're the famous hero, right? And the Raven must have paid you pretty well.
That's
how
ridiculous.
it went. You got me.
Is it? Only you and I and Legrand were in the freight car. One of us must have put the envelope on the safe. Legrand didn't. And I didn't.
And I didn't know how to get in there. Well, now we know why he doesn't like us.
Fine.
It is a very
car,
nice, fine
but
car.
nothing compared to the young lady who owns it.
I mean, I guess, but... I can't see the lady.
Who could she be? An actress? A millionaire's daughter? She's certainly attracting a lot of attention.
From you, you stalker.
Amazing how much luggage there is for so few passengers. And I'd guess that 3/4 of it belongs to the women. I'll take an inconspicuous look up close.
Again, stalker. Horrible stalker. You deserved
I'm
it.
sorry. I wasn't expecting anyone
No,
to
he
be
was a
crawling around
stalker,
on the
don't.
ground in front of my door.
Don't worry about it, miss. No harm done.
That's good to hear, Mr.
Stalker.
Zellner.
James
Anton
Stalker.
Jakob Zellner. May I ask your name?
Patricia Mayers.
Are you American?
I am. Could you help me, please?
Certainly.
Oh, American.
Are you on your way to Egypt?
Yes.
Are you on holiday?
My father works for a railroad company there.
And is rebuilding the country after the war. Wonderful.
Yes. Wonderful. One more.
Really? Because I see a suitcase.
You're lucky to have a father who takes you to so many
You're not good with
interesting
math, are
places.
ya?
Oh, yes. Lucky me.
Aren't you interested in Egypt? The pyramids, the history.
Pyramids.
I would have been more interested in a father who doesn't travel 300 days a year.
Hey!
I'm sure your father
Dope
regrets that he
65,
can't always be with you.
No doubt. And I'm sure he always wanted the best for me. But that doesn't stop him from thinking only about himself far too often.
Oh my.
Bring my luggage on board, please.
Excuse me?
It was a pleasure meeting you, Constable Zellner.
Impertinent.
Yeah, but now we get our way on to the boat, right?
Is the doctor afraid to board the ship?
Yep, seasick all the way.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
Ah, the hero of the hour.
Haha! Nice! The achievement.
The hero of the hour, but out of work soon.
Oh, you won't be a policeman anymore?
Yes, but on my old beat, which is almost as good as being out of work.
I understand.
Is your new job bothering you?
On the contrary, I wasn't sure whether I made the right decision until now. I'm from the Black Forest, you know. There are only mountains there. No ships. But now... the salty breeze, the atmosphere... I think I want to stay at sea forever.
Right.
The sea is one thing, the passengers are another.
So ignore them.
It will be okay.
What do you know about the Baroness?
Nothing really.
Did you talk to her in the tunnel?
No. Her butler was looking after her, and I was busy with Miss Miller. As you can
Maybe it
imagine,
if the butler was the Raven. The butler did it brings a whole new meaning to it.
That's understandable.
So, we were all glad when we heard about your brave deed.
Have you already met the captain?
Mario Di Conti. Heard of him?
Should I have?
He is something of a star in Italy. A war hero. In the First World War, when he was a young man, he sank more enemy ships than anyone else. In the Second World War, well, he had some personal problems.
You mean like the ones you buy in bottles and pillboxes?
Yeah, you could say that. Anyway, sending him into combat was out of the question. They gave him a supply ship instead, and he became a hero again. His ship, part of a convoy from Palermo to North Africa, was the only one that made it, with an extra 100 seamen who he rescued from the other ships.
Impressive.
To say his
Really
health is rather shaky these days
In his head.
would be an understatement. I think most of my time on board will be spent dealing with his numerous ailments.
Well, there's nothing left for me to do but to wish you a good trip.
Oh, you are not coming with us?
Unfortunately, no. I'm to go back to Zurich.
What a pity.
Take care, Dr. Gebhardt.
Oh, I just remembered. We found these in the tunnel. Are they yours?
I'm afraid so.
Strophantine. Do you have heart problems? Maybe it's for the best that you're not coming along. Too much excitement could be bad for your health.
If I have a heart
If I
attack,
don't
I'll
do
go out a
anything,
hero.
I'll probably have a few more years to live.
That's right. Keep your chin up.
What the? I think someone has a death wish, guys. Wow.
James? James! Where on earth are you?
Hello, Baroness.
Ah, Inspector.
Constable.
I want to die.
Poppycock. You won't be a constable much longer. When they find out how
Why?
you rescued that little boy, they'll have to
Oh.
promote you to inspector.
I want to die.
Very kind
so
of
I
you
don't
to
know
say
what's
so,
gonna happen.
Baroness. I hope you survived the adventure in the tunnel unharmed.
Scandalous. You book a first-class cabin, and then you're walking on the rails. Huh. They wanted to bundle me off in a bus without my luggage.
The
I'm sure you had something to
circumstances,
say about
madam.
that, Karen.
I insisted on a limousine and didn't leave until all my luggage was recovered.
Did you know that the real Eye of the Sphinx wasn't even on the train?
I had no idea. Inspector Legrand seems to prefer to keep me in the dark, although I'm the one paying for all of this.
The inspector is ensuring the safety of the Eye.
Well, obviously. All the same, it was you who did the real work on the train.
I hope that the
That makes me
remainder
feel
of
good
your
about
trip to
myself.
Cairo will be less stressful.
You aren't coming with us?
I'm afraid Inspector Legrand doesn't want my company.
Now, where's
Well,
my
I
damn
do.
butler?
Can I be your new butler? I want to
There you are.
apparently
Is the
die.
inspector to carry my luggage onto the ship all by himself?
Why does everybody want me to
actually-
carry their luggage?
Baroness?
Baroness, can you hear me? She fainted.
No! No!
Baroness?
Again.
Oh,
harder.
yes. What?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Help me up.
Perhaps we should...
Now.
What happened?
I'll get Dr. Gebhardt.
No, Doctor. Just a little moment of weakness. Your arm, James. Take me to the ship.
But of course, madam.
Why does everybody want me to bring their luggage on? I'm sorry, Inspector.
It was no
Why are you
moment
on this
of
ship?
weakness. She saw something that shocked her. Or
Oh, I'm sorry.
someone.
Everybody wanted me to bring their
Very
luggage on, and then the ship
interesting.
went off because I was doing it by
Especially since
myself
she
because
doesn't
nobody
want
wanted
to
to help
admit
me.
it. That's a fine automobile, but not even a stately sedan like this can handle all the Baroness's luggage. She
I like
was
the other
lucky that
vehicle
the
better.
second and third freight cars weren't buried in the tunnel. Most of her things made it unscathed. Who or what did she see? Neither of them seems to
Her
have noticed
ex-husband.
what happened down here.
Oh, good.
We'll have
Look,
a
it's the
tough time with
violinist.
her. How does one get aboard without a ticket? Not brilliant, but it's a possibility.
Everybody wants to bring the luggage on. You're just the luggage boy. Duh. Wouldn't think it'd be that hard. But I'm going to leave everybody's luggage because I will die even sooner of a heart attack. Don't need to help it along.
Oh, who do we have?
Secret
here?
ending.
Signore...
Me bringing luggage on board
This is
and dying
Constable
from it.
Anton Zellner.
Signor Zelna. I heard about
I
your feats in the mountains.
thought I
Welcome
wasn't
aboard
coming
the
on.
MS Lydia.
Thank you, Captain.
I didn't know you'd be taking part in the journey, but I'm glad to have you with us. I'll have a nice cabin prepared for you immediately.
The constable will not be joining us. He has other duties.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to hear about his adventures from the man himself.
I'd like to accept your offer, but unfortunately, higher powers prevent it.
I am sorry to hear that. We are by no means full, and have plenty of room for one more passenger.
The constable just wants to have a quick look around and then leave before we set sail. When will that be?
In about 15 minutes.
There you have it, Constable.
May I ask how to get to the cargo hold?
Oh, signori, there are much nicer places on board.
But I'm interested in the cargo hold.
Why is that?
One of the trunks seems suspicious to me. Someone could be hidden in it.
You?
Maybe their head.
You want to imply that the most brilliant and probably richest thief in all of Europe is stowing away in a trunk? That's not his
Why not?
style.
That's what makes it more likely that it's not him, but a copycat who's behind all this. And a copycat's style might include doing whatever it takes, like hiding in a trunk if they've lost the ticket.
Oh, come now.
Actually, it would be possible for a registered passenger to board the ship without a ticket.
What do you mean?
You can't buy a ticket for the Lydia at the counter. You book the trip in advance. We know the names of all the passengers. As long as a passenger is on the guest list, we let them board the ship. Doesn't matter if they have a ticket or not.
And did any of the passengers board without a ticket?
I couldn't say. We ask for a name and check it on the list. The tickets are no more than souvenirs for the passengers.
So
Dying
much for your
uneasily.
trunk theory.
Regardless of what you say, I would still like to examine the cargo hold.
Got 15 minutes before I
All
get
right,
caught
then,
in here.
If you like. But we'll meet here again in 10 minutes. Captain
20
DeConti,
minutes, gotcha.
Before we depart, I'd like to send 2 telegrams.
Certainly, Inspector. The cargo hold is over there. You can enter through a door on the forecastle. The horn will sound twice, 5 minutes before we set off. That's the signal for all the dock workers to leave the ship.
Understood, Captain.
Follow me to the bridge. You can send your telegrams from there.
My time is running out. If I don't find anything in the cargo hold, my cruise will be over before it even begins. Oh no.
Oh no, it's dark again.
Oh, what's this? Aha.
I mean, it's a little better, right?
That's the young woman's cabriolet. Apparently they absolutely had to take it to Egypt, at Daddy's expense, of course. The door to this locker is ajar. Empty. The left 3 lockers are locked.
All right. There's the chest.
Hello? Come on out.
Uh-huh.
The game's up. I'm opening the trunk.
And there's no one in there. Now I'm just crazy.
Hello? I'm sure someone was in the trunk, but where are they now?
I swear if it turns out to be Matt.
The shards are... Phew. I startled too easily.
It is Matt. Wait, was it Matt? Why did you just hit me? Darn you, boy. It is Matt. Oh, wait. I already got it.
For who?
Couldn't have been Matt. Right? Oh, that failed. I am doing great. First thing I've done right. Well, I can stand up in a chair for a butt. Sure. This feels like I saw a trap now. Oh my god, the screen's going black. I killed him. I'm sorry, Constable.
Ouch. Damn.
Oh. I was sure I killed him.
It will be best if no one found out about this.
I mean, the only person that knows is me, so I think you're quite in safe hands. Oh, wait. But I did record you for the entire world to see. Sorry, anybody watching this knows. I'd say shush, it's our little secret, but you can tell everybody. I did, however, unlock the next achievement, Houdini, for another 15G. You have freed yourself from the bonds. So, bring our gamer score to 6,595. So I guess it's safe to assume that the bells went off twice and we're sailing now. That he did, in fact, get on board. Let's continue. Sure, why not?
There's some blood and hair stuck to the pipe.
It's yours!
Hair I really can't afford to lose.
This is true.
I'll hold it on the blood-spattered end. After all, we already know who the victim is.
Well, unless you make a new victim. You could make a new victim. Not yet. There we go.
A chair is the last thing I need right now. I was sitting long enough over there in the corner.
Sure you were.
A detention cell for crew members? Or maybe for rowdy passengers?
I'm going with that one.
The cargo hold seems to be used as a changing room for the crew as well. Or at least the part of the crew that doesn't do their work in white suits.
Sure.
The shot hit this crate. The question is, was the gunman actually trying to hit it? And if so, why? Maybe the gunman just wanted to intimidate me. I can't imagine a more effective warning.
True.
It's too dark to make out anything inside the hole. I should take a closer look later.
Ah,
I can make out a corridor, but no details. The glass is too dirty, and there's no light in there. It's no use. The door seems to be locked from the other side. whoever locked the
powerful
door
enough
is
old
stronger
man.
than me.
Thank God he left the murder weapon.
I should be careful. The gunman may still be nearby.
Oh, please, not a... Okay.
What are you up to, Zelna?
I got captured.
I was jumped in the cargo hold.
Of course you were.
Here, look. Careful how you hold it.
Yeah, look at this pipe.
There could be fingerprints on the end.
Surely you don't expect me to believe you.
I was inspecting the trunk. I found it in the cargo hold, and it was clear that someone had hidden inside it to board the ship.
Some people are willing to go to great lengths to be a part of this journey.
Indeed. Whoever it was, they struck me on the head from behind with the pipe while I was looking for clues. Oh, and they
Which is
shot
kind
at
of
me as
hilarious,
well.
considering that you can kill
You
somebody
wanted to
and
come
clue
along.
with
Orders
a
be
pipe
damned, and so you found a way
lot
to
of
stay
rooms.
here. I should throw you
Sure.
overboard.
I would have dreamed up something less painful.
True. That doesn't look good.
Yeah.
See?
And
And
I'm
there's
not
a
that good at
bullet
making
wedged
it.
in a wooden crate down there. I don't have a gun.
The doctor should have a look at it. Come with me.
Someone just really wanted me along for the ride.
Inspector Legrand and Constable Zelna. So you have decided to join us on our journey after all?
Sort
it
of.
would seem. We are searching for Dr. Gebhardt.
I'm just fine, Captain.
Ah, she's drunk. I thought she was seasick.
I'm in control. I can manage. Tell James he absolutely must wake me at 10:15.
Certainly, madam.
Absolutely.
I shall see that he does.
And now I shall return to my chambers. You'll be in the bar tonight at 10, Inspector.
If
The inspector's
that's what
like,
you wish.
it's a trap.
It will be spectacular. I promise.
Oh God, he's gonna get touched in all the bad places, looking for love. He doesn't want to do it.
With fresh sea air and perhaps a glass of champagne to many. But I'm glad that you decided to join us on our journey to Cairo.
Not quite voluntarily.
So he says.
I was jumped from behind.
You saw the wound on the...
No, that is...
Dr. Gebhardt should have a look at him, Captain De Conti.
Of course. Please, have a seat in the saloon, Constable Zelna. I'll summon the doctor. Ah, Doctor, there you are. Our brave Constable Zelna was attacked.
Struck on the head.
Oh.
Very painfully, by
Sit
the way.
down, please.
Now, please, tell me exactly what happened.
I think you've got a stowaway on board. I was jumped.
Intolerable. I'll have the crew search every nook and cranny of the ship. And of course, Mr. Zelna, you are cordially invited to travel as our special guest.
Good to
You
know
threaten
that
a murder,
at least
become a
one
special
man
guest.
doesn't want to throw me overboard.
Is it bad?
Yes, it hurts a lot.
I spoke with Dr. Gebhardt.
He suffered a violent blow to the back of the head. I cannot really say how bad it is.
But I can. It really hurts. Where are we? And what time is it? I must have been out for ages.
It's just after 8 p.m.
You just missed dinner. But we'll
course
all
I
meet
did.
here in the saloon at 10 o'clock to have a drink together. Greeting the passengers personally is a tradition I will not break, even on this unusual journey.
How many fingers do you see?
6.
3 fingers.
Okay.
Why didn't anyone come looking for me? Didn't anyone notice that I didn't come back from the cargo hold?
We did search for you, but we couldn't find you.
Who was supposed to search the cargo hold?
Constable Oliver. I'll have a talk with him about that later.
I should hope so.
You're all right now, Constable. The bleeding has stopped, and the wound looks good. You may have a mild concussion. You just need a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, your only worries will be a headache and an impressive bump.
A very impressive headache to go with the impressive bump.
Thanks.
That's a good enough reason to celebrate. Enough about crooks and thieves.
I'm still alive,
From now
sure.
on, you can
You know I threw the
start
pills away to
enjoying
die,
your free
right?
cruise.
I don't think there's anything in that
What?
cup.
A dark shadow. Upper deck, just now.
Go, let's have a look.
I'll join you.
Me too.
No, you stay here.
Do you want to make this an argument?
Robert, go to the Baroness and don't let her out of your sight. Zellner, you're coming to the port side. Doctor, you go to starboard. I'll start at the forecastle and work my way back to the 2 of you. Understood?
Sure.
But...
Looks like we're stuck together, buddy.
Baroness von Trebitz. Hello? Baroness von Trebitz? Open the door.
She had a heart attack. Which is ironic considering I'm the one that has a heart attack problem.
Dr. Gebhard insisted on coming along, but now he doesn't seem to be sure if that was a good idea. Are you okay, Doctor?
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't I be? It's just that... Well, I would prefer to come with you.
You heard the inspector.
Alright, how do I get out of here? Don't mind if I do.
All right, Doc. I'm off.
Oh no, I'm not going on a manhunt all by myself.
I mean, I can't blame him.
Are you okay? Maybe you had better take a rest, in case the blow was more severe.
Nah, seasick.
I'm okay.
Zellner, up here.
Come on. I think it came from up there.
Sure, you just wanted to get a breath of fresh air. Zellner, look who we have here.
Oh, you're the one that hit
That's
me.
not
You
our
are
shadow.
mad.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
He claims to be
great.
part of the crew.
Me speak
Just wanted to get
English,
some
no.
fresh air.
Of course.
The Baroness won't open the door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert.
Sure.
You were right. There was a stowaway.
Yes, but he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
That's true.
What was
Oh,
that?
no.
A shot!
It came
The
from
Raven,
one of the
maybe.
cabins.
Oh no!
Baroness
von
Butler?
Trebitz? Baroness! Open the door!
So the bigger guy couldn't get it open. You kicked it. Well, did he try kicking it? She's dead, right? Or is she out cold drunk?
Step aside, please.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen. Hurry, Zelda.
Dang.
The murderer still has to be nearby.
Is this all over the key?
There's practically no one on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time, we'll get him. Zelda, are you okay?
I have
Yes.
seasickness.
Come on.
Or I'm having a heart
We have
attack.
to.
I want to die again. I don't know.
Zelda? Zelda!
Heart attack. Gotcha. Wonderful.
Ah, you awake? Sleep well, did you?
Maybe.
I didn't fall asleep voluntarily.
It doesn't matter. We got along just fine without you.
Right.
I didn't pass out last night because of the blow to my head, did I?
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand thinks you were drugged.
But how? The champagne.
Who gave you the glass of champagne?
I was just going to say the
Captain
captain.
DeConti.
Interesting.
Have you arrested anyone yet?
You mean besides the Arab?
He could hardly have committed the murder. You must have been with him when it happened.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the cargo hold and then went up to assist Legrand. You were already sleeping the sleep of the just.
Any other suspects?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay incognito during the commotion.
But we still have our primary suspect, the Raven.
You really think he's returned?
Well, I think that no one knows as much about the Raven as Legrand.
But
So
still,
Legrand
it
is
all
the
seems
Raven.
so incredible.
He shot somebody, and it's like, oh, nobody will have expected I'm the
About
Raven.
the champagne, shouldn't it be possible to find traces of the tranquilizer in the glass?
That is exactly what Legrand is trying to do.
Without a laboratory?
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed with all the latest forensic stuff. It's quite impressive what the inspector can do.
A competent man, no doubt, and surprisingly well prepared.
And diligent. He's been at it all night with his brushes and tinctures and glasses and everything, working like a man possessed. I wouldn't want to be the Raven now.
What's the state of play? How was the Baroness killed?
That is a good
The
question.
Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We'll know more once the doc finishes examining the
Dang,
body.
that was
in the
not a
medical
very
centre.
bloody hole,
And
was it?
no one saw anything suspicious.
No one saw a shadowy raven leaving the Baroness's cabin, if that's what you mean. A lot of people heard the gunshot. Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning once they've all calmed down, and he's had a chance to examine the evidence.
I suppose that you and Legrand inspected the crime scene and the surroundings.
Of course. And we already hit the jackpot.
Of course.
The murder weapon.
Really? Where did you find it?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship folds up and hooks onto the hull when it's not being used. The murderer probably wanted to throw the gun into the sea. He casually dropped it overboard.
But it landed on the gangway.
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the side deck right after the shot. There was no one there.
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later. We recovered it in the early hours.
I think I'll look for Inspector Legrand now.
Do what you
Tell him
think's
how
best.
screwed we are.
You won't get rid of me. I'm here to stay, Constable Oliver.
Be that as it may, Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the cargo hold with our special guest. That's fine by me. Inspector Legrand may be able to get by without sleep for days on end, but not me. It's not easy playing with the big boys, Constable Zellner.
No, it certainly isn't.
All right, so we'll go ahead and save. Yes. Yes. All right, so within our first day, we have unlocked 9 out of the 34 achievements and have gathered 220 gamer score out of 1,000, bringing us roughly around probably 22% complete. We'll go ahead and leave this here for the day, and when we come back next time, we'll continue The Raven Remastered and try to find out if he's a fake or the real one. I found out who poisoned me, too. Although, ouch. So, until next time, as always, thank you for stopping and sticking around. I hope that either this has helped you get any achievement so far in this game or any of the other ones we have played before. Remember, my perfectionist community, keep perfecting and enjoy the game, because at the end of the day, having fun with the game is all that matters. Until then.